Hi guys, my name is Daniel Carter. I am a current meteorology student at the University of Oklahoma. I just recently started my sophomore year here. To know a little bit about me, I'm originally from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I moved to Oklahoma to pursue a dream in meteorology as well as hopefully something in the waterfowl industry. Today I am going to kind of go over some maps with y'all, some precipitation maps, as well as some surface area maps and stuff like that to kind of give you an idea of when you should be seeing your birds in your areas of Oklahoma. I can't tell you that it's going to be 100% right just because birds are birds. They're always going to do something different, and weather is weather. It can always change. But here is what I think is going to happen over the next week or two, with dove season being in full swing now, and as well as teal season coming in on the 11th for most people. Um, I'm kind of gonna go over that with y'all. So the first thing I think that I'm gonna go into today, this is a website that I use a lot. It's called Pivotal Weather. We use it a ton here at the university as well as on my own whenever I'm looking at weather. So we're gonna go back. So this is data from today, this morning. This is going to kind of show how much precipitation your area is going to be getting over the next week-ish or so. It's over the next 372 hours. So it's a little bit more than a week, but here is where I think a lot of this is going to come into play because of um, your area. I know Teal love that standing water in most places, and this is something hopefully you'll be able to get a lot out of. So I'll just hop right into it. So first thing you can see is in Oklahoma. I mean, over the next week, we are not getting any precipitation, other than a few little soundings that are here and there, but really nothing too crazy. But right here is going to be the first thing that I notice. This high pressure system is coming from the north, and typically high pressure systems are uh, related to cold fronts whenever they're coming from the north. And as you can see, this one's moving down, coming down through here. And this is roughly around Tuesday, which is when we are going to find our first cold front of the year, at least of the year, the duck hunting season. I think that it is going to be a super helpful um, area to bring some birds down that we're going to need for this opening teal season this next weekend. Um, right here you can see it's getting in this over here now. Lake Grand is right here, I understand. I believe Springfield is right here. I'm not 100% sure. Um, but we don't need to look at the photographs. Sorry. This high pressure system, I think, is going to bring that little bit of cold front that we need as a state to bring some birds down. You can kind of keep going through this. That cold front stays down here, and it slowly moves off. But this is still a participation or precipitation map, just bringing these birds down into the area. But as you can definitely tell, there's not a lot of weather that's going to be coming through. It's going to be a lot of hot and dry, which is something we don't typically like to see this early. Um, right here, we are finally getting a couple little spigs of rain, which is the first time we have seen that. Oops, sorry. We have seen that in a couple days in Oklahoma. And then this eastern side of Kansas, near Kansas City, is finally going to get some rain for any of you guys who hunt in Kansas as well. Um, that'll definitely bring around a lot of birds. But right here, with this is going to be on the 16th, so this will be that close to that next weekend, going into our second weekend of teal. Um, it's definitely going to bring some rain that is well needed in Oklahoma, and will hopefully get a lot of that seed in the ground, starting to grow that those farmers are starting to put. I definitely think that rain is going to be something that's super helpful for our migration at the very beginning. Um, and as you can see, this low pressure system right here looks like we will probably have a hurricane being developed in this Houston area down here, Louisiana coast. So that is something we'll definitely have to look for as well. I definitely think that like this low pressure system will most likely not get this far to the west. I think it'll end up probably peeling off about right here and going back towards the east if it ends up being some sort of tropical system. So I don't really expect that to have a big impact on us, but there's always the chance. Um, I also am going to go over today with y'all these current surface maps. Here's the high pressure system I was talking about. That's starting up north and is bringing its way down. That's going to bring some colder weather over the next couple days. I think Tuesday evening is really when we're going to see like our first nice swing. And it really won't be that nice. It'll be about 8 degrees difference. It'll go from about 68 in the evenings to about 60. But I think honestly that'll bring a lot of birds down. We all know that teal, literally it could drop a couple degrees and they're going to move out of where they're at. So that's definitely something we just need to keep an eye on over the next couple days. And when I do this next week, it'll really show hopefully that that proved to be right. And here we're gonna go over this. This is actually for uh, I believe, yeah, this is for Monday, and then this is for Tuesday. And here is that cold front that is dropping down right here. This turns into a low pressure system that brings this cold front down as well. And a lot of this will hopefully see maybe a little bit of precipitation with it, which would not be a bad thing definitely for a couple days before teal season to hopefully have some standing water where you like to hunt. I think that'll be a great thing. And then now I'm going to kind of go over to like certain areas of Oklahoma. So first of all, I'm from Norman, live in Norman now, so I'll kind of go over that. You can see that this Monday into Tuesday, the evening temperatures are going to drop a little bit from these, 5 degrees is a lot this time of year, especially for those teal, that Monday, Tuesday area for that cold front coming through. I think it's going to be something super helpful. And I'll try to go over a couple different places in Oklahoma with y'all, just so we can see the different areas. But you can definitely tell that it is going to be bright, sunny, super dry. This right here, that 89 degrees is a high, is definitely going to help these birds. When we're looking at these 94s, these 98s, I think this 89 will definitely bring some birds in because most likely it's going to be a little bit cooler up north. Hopefully that'll bring some birds down into Oklahoma. Getting down to 63 here, which is a really good thing. And then the Saturday looks like it's going to be right back in that full swing summertime of 98 degrees, probably a 60% dew point, and or 60-degree dew point, and putting that at like 102, 103 degrees with that humidity in there. Which that means opening day Saturday is going to be a very, very warm day. I definitely recommend do not wear pants. You should definitely throw some shorts and a t-shirt on and don't get tore up by the mosquitoes. Um, I was also going to look at the Tulsa area to kind of give y'all a little better, little bit more of a look at these things. So relatively the same temperatures. Definitely today with that little bit of a cold front running through is an 89 high, getting down to 64 in the evening. So hopefully we'll get a lot of birds moving down. Um, One thing that I have noticed is the wind in the summer is very different every day. It depends. You're looking at a northeast wind today, but Monday you're looking at a south wind, then you're looking at a northeast wind, back to a south wind, back to a southeast. That's something that just typically happens this time of year. Not like during the winter when you're hoping for those nice, 10, 20 mile an hour north winds for those birds. Um, but you can see looking at these evening temperatures 66, 67, 64, 64. Hopefully that'll bring a couple more birds down in your area. I will definitely go over this. So this is a website that I use. It's called Birdcast. It actually really helps. It's an estimated bird flight. It's actually by a couple universities. They got together and created this. Cornell, Colorado State, and UMass got together to create this. And I actually really use it a lot. I like it a lot. This is kind of showing yesterday and today, which is really, really good because there was that little bit of a cold front that came through this evening, or yesterday evening to today. You can see that there is not too many birds right here. It is the evening though, but right here is where we're picking up. I mean, we're going up a lot of birds very, very quickly, which is because of that cold front that's and that high pressure system that is up at the in Kansas right now, up in this area throughout Illinois, Iowa, looking into Missouri. This is bringing a lot of birds down, which typically I know we get a lot of our birds from North and South Dakota, but with the way these winds are working, a lot of these birds are swinging down and coming back through and around, um, just because that's how the wind is right now. But you can definitely see that there's a lot of migration occurring in northern Mississippi, uh, basically all of Illinois, and a good portion of southeast Iowa. They're definitely going to be seeing a lot of birds. So I think these Arkansas, East Tennessee people, Louisiana, Arkansas, all these will be definitely seeing a lot of birds for their openers of teal. But you can definitely see that um, this is where they're gonna come through, which is a really good thing for us. But really going back to these heights are something that we need to keep an eye on because this is when we're going to see a lot of our birds over the next couple days after this. So, these birds that are up here in this area, this is only on September the 5th, which is today. Expect to see these birds 3, 4, 5, 6 days away, which is perfect time for teal season. Maybe you go out and scout on Friday, and a lot of your birds just randomly show up, which is a great thing to see. Um, so I already went over the surface maps. I will go to, okay, so this is one thing I wanted to look at. Um, in Oklahoma, this is observed. This is today, some rain that we got. But over the last 30 days, you can tell that this is what is currently what we're looking at over the last 30 days. And normally, this is what you're looking at. Normally you're looking around 4 inches of rain for this area, and then, down in the south, this west side, which typically has a lot less rain, is looking, 2-ish inches, 2 to 3, which is definitely weird because our ZERB data right now is currently looking at us more of like a 1, 2 maybe. So we're definitely a little bit lower. But one thing I did notice is down in south east Oklahoma, there's been a lot of rain this year, especially in the past 30 days. You're looking 6 to 8 inches here, which is a lot for a August, month for Oklahoma, and that is one thing that I definitely noticed. I think having this water here, the south side of Tulsa, and down here towards Broken Bow. Having that water hold is going to be something that's key for these teal to come in. I have a lot of friends that live out on this east side of Oklahoma, and they said they have seen a ton of teal recently. And it honestly does not surprise me at all with as much water they have in their areas. Um, so going back to this is normal. So normally, this area down here is looking at 3, 4 inches, but right now they're looking at 6 to 8 inches. Um, so I definitely think that that's something that these birds have noticed, and especially this Kansas area. Kansas is a huge place for teal, and especially this east side right now, I think is going to have a lot of teal being held in their sloughs and fields. Any fields that are holding water right now, I think the best place for that is going to be this east side of Kansas and this southeast side of Oklahoma. So I think that's definitely something we need to keep an eye on. We're gonna go back to the 7-day forecast. I am probably gonna check Alva, Oklahoma, since it's just a different side, um, which is probably gonna be showing a little bit colder temperatures due to it being more north and a little bit more west. Which showing this 61 is getting pretty chilly at night, which is a really good thing uh, for these birds to show up. But Friday, we can definitely see it's going to be very, very, very warm. So I don't expect these birds to leave once they get here on Wednesday night. They're going to have no reason to leave unless there's no food around your area. But I'm sure these birds will be feeding on those plowed fields that have any sort of water in them. If they don't, I'm sure they'll be on some ponds or rivers. And then I will check. Let's go down to the Lawton area. This Lawton area is definitely going to be showing a 64, 67, 68, 64. So not too bad, still relatively warm days, 95 degrees. But definitely these birds are going to be showing up, I believe, Wednesday night, realistically. And I don't see any reason why they plan to leave with it being nearing 170 at nighttime. I just don't see a reason for them to leave currently, which I think is going to be a great thing for our season starting on Saturday. But we will definitely see the best way or how these birds are going to react to these temperatures. And honestly, the same goes for dove with basically any of these. Same thing with the teal. Um, I'm hoping to see some more doves in the area. When I hunted doves this past week, I noticed a lot of the doves that we shot were a lot of yearling doves, super young. So that means they probably migrated first. So I'm hoping to see some of those more mature birds start to make their way down over the next week, going into this teal season, starting Saturday. Um, but I will definitely keep doing these weekly through big duck season so we can have some migration reports. And I plan on start doing these for other states as well. And when I start doing these for other states, I plan on doing flyways, talking about the Central Flyway, the Mississippi, and the Atlantic, and maybe going over to the West Coast a little bit. But when I talk about the Central Flyway, I'm gonna be starting in North Dakota, going down to South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. I'm really gonna be making that swoop all the way down to really show, when we get into late December, I'm going to be like, man, it's going to be negative 20 in North Dakota. I think a lot of these birds are going to push out of North Dakota finally that have been stuck up there feeding. Everything's going to get frozen up, and they're finally going to start moving their way down to South Dakota, Nebraska, and hopefully those birds that are stuck in Nebraska will start making their way down too as well. That's something I'm kind of going to start doing once big duck season starts up there in those places. But I hope this is helpful in any way possible. If you have any question, please, you're welcome to shoot me a DM on the Instagram or reach out to us um, via email as well. You're more than welcome to do that, and I will definitely text you back and let you know what I think is going to be happening. But you can check us out at my website of Silva Waterfowl, and I'd definitely love for you to check out the Instagram and hop that a nice follow, and hopefully subscribe to this YouTube channel once I post this. I hope you all have a great day, and God bless.